everyone, welcome to Addy Trade. Today we're going to be seeing the Nifty and Banknifty analysis for Monday. See, we're going to start off with the multi-time frame analysis. This is the weekly chart that I've opened. Last week we saw that the Banknifty, this is the weekly chart of Banknifty that I've opened. Last week we saw that Banknifty was moving in kind of this channel. Yeah, Banknifty was moving this channel and we did have a breakdown of this channel. See, we got a nice dip and we have recovered, right? See, for me, what it looks like based on the technicals is that we might see this low again sometime soon, 32,000, or even go lower or make kind of a double bottom and then go up. Why is that? Everything is on the charts, right? I'll be showing you that now. I'm just shifting to a daily chart from a weekly chart. See, this trend line that we had, this channel trend line, we kind of got a breakdown of it. We have gone and retested, and even on this Thursday when this big fall came, after this huge gap up, we got a fall. It was kind of like retesting this trend line and then the fall came. And then we have closed lower, right? Though we will be seeing our intraday levels, just seeing this overall view as well. See, as long as we go back into this channel and break 35,390 on the upside, right? I don't think the Bank Nifty will be very bullish. So we'll have to wait. And for me, as of now, it looks like we got a breakdown of this channel. We have got a retest with a nice red candle. So there is a possibility we might come again. That is as per my view. But this can completely be wrong. This can just be a fake breakdown and we can even start moving higher. This moving higher will be confirmed when we go back into the channel and this high is broken of 35,300. Right, so that's what I'll be looking for. And in case we come back, this will be our first target, which can probably form a double bottom. If we break that, we have targets on the lower side. See, whenever a channel breaks, I'll just shift to a weekly chart again. Whenever the channel breaks, most likely will come to this level, right? But this is too far away for Bank Nifty, so we don't know whether this will happen or not. We'll only have to wait and watch. But as of now, as what the charts are telling, this does look like a clear retest of this trend line. See, even if you just draw a trend line from this level, we got a break of this trend line and a retest. On the daily time frame, it is pretty clear. From this trend line, we broke down and we have retested and even the retest failed with a nice. After the retest, we got a nice red candle and then we are moving lower. So we'll have to see what happens, whether this is a false breakdown or this is just a retest, and again we'll start coming down. As per my view, we might slip a little bit more on the downside, but that can be, I'm just building my view based on the charts, right? So if my view goes wrong, then I'll consider my view as wrong when 35,340 is crossed on the upside. Now coming to our chart where we have our daily levels for Monday. This is the 15-minute chart, which we'll be using for intraday for Bank Nifty. See, in the opening itself on Friday, we got a nice move. This was the only nice move that probably option buyers could have bought. This was a nice rejection from the previous day low until the CPR. We did get a nice move, then remained sideways. So coming for the trade possibility for Monday, we do have this gap that is still pending. This level between 34,096 and 33,970. So in case we get a gap down and slip a little bit on the downside, maybe we might fill this gap and then get a bounce. If we fill this gap and the gap breaks, then we will be going lower. That is one of my possibilities that I've kept. And for us to move higher, the first level that we need to take out is 34,810. If that is taken out, probably we'll see this level of 35,300 and then 35,800 for sure. We'll take some resistance over here because we have got a nice selling from this zone, 35,800. And I will also use this trend line for intraday basis, something like this, to see if we are taking kind of a resistance on this trend line or if we are going to break it for Monday. And if I just turn on the CPR for tomorrow on the 15 minutes, we have a narrow CPR. Okay, narrow CPR indicates few things. That is, one, it can be a change of trend or a trending day, and whenever this previous day low and the S1 and the previous day high and the R1 are very close, we might have a trending day. See, as of now, SGX Nifty is indicating a gap down of 100 points. So if we get a gap down and hold this level pretty strong, right, at around 34,000, we might see a quick reversal until CPR or R1. So that is the opening trade that I'm betting on. So this is with respect to CPR. We have a narrow CPR for Monday, and checking all the EMIs, right? Now I've come back to a daily chart in Bank Nifty and I've put all the EMIs. The red is 20, pink is 200, blue is 50 and black is 100. On the daily chart, we are still below 20 EMA, we are still below 200 EMA. Usually whenever we are moving on the downside, right, in any time frame, we tend to come to close to the 20 EMA retest and then go down, right? But here 20 EMA is coming in around 35,600. So we'll have to see whether we get a retest of this 20 EMA or not. Now, using the same EMAs on a 15-minute chart, see, what I want to show you is right now the market is looking sideways because, and even all the EMAs are quite flat. See, the 100, 200, 50, all are pretty much in the closed region. This is when we have this kind of a scenario, we have a pretty flat market. Then when the EMA start expanding on the upside or downside, we'll have a trending move. Now just to show some examples of the EMA, now see this market over here, the EMAs were flat, all EMAs were flat. We had a sideways market. Then when we started expanding down, we got a nice move on the downside. So whenever you see this EMA is flat, right, that means the market can be sideways. That's exactly what happened on Friday. So now we'll have to see whether this EMAs are going to expand on the downside or upside and then build a view based on that. Now even looking at a 5-minute chart with the EMAs, the pink line is the 200 EMA. After breaking the 200 EMA and the upside, the break of the 200 EMA upside came over here on this day on March 9th. After that, we have just come to retest this 200 EMA, right? So a short trade, in case we get a gap down, probably when we start breaking this on the downside, we'll get a nice down move. Otherwise, until then, we might keep coming on 5 minutes until this 200 EMA taking support. And finally, we'll have to see whether it breaks on the upside or breaks the EMA on the downside. See, as of now, SGX Nifty is indicating a gap down. So in case we get a gap down to this level about 34,100 or 200, so by then this 200 EMA will be somewhere here tomorrow, right? So we might see a quick reversal from this previous day until the 200 EMA or the CPR and then reverse. So we'll have to be careful. We'll have to use this 200 EMA carefully on Monday for our trades, and obviously we'll also have the new weekly CPR, so we'll have to keep that in mind as well. So that's it for Bank Nifty. These are the levels that I'll be using for Bank Nifty. With based on only the price action, I'll be targeting only these levels. I'll look for this gap fill and reverse on the upside, or if this gap fills and breaks, my first target on the downside will be 33,300, and obviously I'll be making use of the CPR levels also, the S1, S2 and S3. Now coming to the Nifty, see, before that we'll just see open interest for Bank Nifty. Open interest is not looking anything interesting. It's just showing some call sellers have come in on the call side. The maximum resistance is 35,000 and the maximum support is at 34,000. These two levels will be a little difficult to break, and this can be a decisive strike price. When we come to 34,000, we can either swing on the upside or downside. So nothing much interesting on the OI. It's just as usual how a Friday would end. Now coming to Nifty chart for tomorrow. These are the levels that I have on the 15-minute chart. Nifty is kind of made a nice sideways, like a flag or a triangle pattern on the 15-minute chart. So either we can get a breakdown of this triangle or a breakout of this triangle as a flag and pole pattern. If we break out of this, right, on the upside, the minimum target can be almost either tomorrow or day after tomorrow. It will be like a flag and pole pattern where the minimum target will be this 16,900, but that's a very aggressive target, so we will always take based on the price action. We have so many levels in case we start moving higher to watch out for the targets. One is this level of 16,800, then we have 16,920, then obviously we have 17,035. So at any one of these points we might reverse, and I'll also move this line a little bit lower over here because we have some resistance over here at 16,800 as well. In case this breaks on the downside, most likely we're going to get a gap down, right? So in case we get a gap down and start going down, I will look to short only if this level is broken. The previous, like where this is a very important level because we have taken resistance here, we have taken support here, sorry, we have taken resistance here, again resistance here. So if this line breaks, then we might see lower levels in Nifty with our first target as this 16,330, and this can be a good second target 16,237, and then obviously we have a very strong support over here at 16,100. So this is my plan for Nifty, and looking at the open interest for Nifty, see, we have a good support being built up at 16,600, a very strong support at 16,500, which is looking difficult to break because we have too many call sellers here. Even on the put side, change in OI indicating call sellers added. Even in 16,600, call sellers have added. The first good resistance might come in at 16,800 for Nifty and even 16,700. And a significant resistance which I don't think will easily cross is 17,000 because there are no put sellers, only the call sellers. So this looks like a typical flag and pole pattern on a bigger time frame. And like, see, from here we went up, then we have found this sideways, and if this breaks out we could get a nice target on the upside. This is nothing but a flag and pole pattern. So when this flag and pole pattern will break is if this low is broken of 16,400, and if we start trading down, then we can consider this triangle breakdown and take a short trade. So that's it I have for Monday. Let's see how it goes. Bank Nifty is a pretty sweet spot. I personally believe this could be a retest of this trend line and we're slipping down, but my view, what I have will go wrong, and even I will change my view when we break this high of 35,359. And thank you for watching.